Okay, I'm back. I hope that you can hear me. Somebody told me they couldn't hear me the last time that I was doing this, so hopefully you can hear me now. The first time I was explaining that I am a writer and a blogger and an author, and I've authored several books, I think over seven, both as a couple under my own name, several as a ghostwriter. And also a few under a pen name that are fiction. So I just wanted to hop on Periscope to talk a little bit about me. This is my first time being on Periscope. I tried a few minutes ago and somebody said they couldn't hear me and it didn't work, so I'm trying this out again. And I just decided to kind of like take the plunge and do this because it makes me so nervous to do. I see like some people just joined, so let me know if you can hear me. I would appreciate it. Just send me a message, send me a little note, and let me know if you can hear me speaking. I just wanted to talk a little bit today because people ask me all the time, like, how do you keep going? How do you stay motivated to keep authoring and keep writing all of the books that you've written while working full time and while taking care of your family? Like, how do you keep doing that? And for me, it's because I feel like writing and being creative and being an author is urgent. Like, it's not like, something where, it would be nice if I put a book out, or, it would be great if I put a book out, or I have this dream to put a book out. Like, for me, it is, I have got to do this. And I have to do it just like I have to go to work and I have to, clean my house and I have to take care of my kids. And for me, I feel like if you don't have that approach to your own creativity, then you won't do it. Like, you just won't be creative. If you don't have that fire lit under you to say, this is urgent, and I have to be creative, you won't be creative. And it's a sort of hard thing to think about in the right kind of way, because you think of creativity as like, something that's sort of free flowing. And when you think about, I want to write, or I want to draw, whatever that creative thing that you have, that it should just sort of come to you. But when you think about everything else in life that you sort of have to battle against, or that you just have to do, like the responsibilities that you have to go to work and to your kids and, everything that you have to do, creativity really isn't seen as a necessity. So, after work, you're tired, you get home, you make dinner, you take care of your kids, you do whatever it is that you want to do. And then, okay, well, I have to draw. Well, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. So if you don't do it, if you are like, I'm tired, I don't want to draw, I don't want to write, I don't want to work towards this creative goal, what's going to happen? Like, what's going to happen if you don't write a chapter tonight, or don't paint that picture tonight, or don't, do whatever creative pursuit tonight? Nothing. Tomorrow you're going to wake up, you're still going to eat, you're still going to have a home, you're still going to be able to do everything that you did today and the day before and the day before and the day before. And it's not urgent. It's not a necessity. So you're not going to do it, because it actually is hard to make that time and to take that time out to be creative, unless you feel like, I have got to do this, and if I don't do it, then I'm going to feel a negative consequence of it. I think that you can kind of think about that with anything that you want to do that's sort of a long-term goal. So if you think about something, like, to put this into different kind of terms, I'm going to unzip this because it's like a little bit hot in my car. And, so anyway, to put this in more like understandable terms, if you're somebody who wants to, say, lose weight, and you think to yourself, I want to lose 25 pounds, and you know that losing that 25 pounds is going to take you exercising, you eating right every day. Well, what's going to happen if today you go home and you don't exercise and you don't eat right today? Nothing. Not immediately. Tomorrow, you're still going to be the same. You're probably not going to die from eating, that hamburger or like nacho cheese fries or whatever it is. You're pretty much going to maintain your status quo. You're not going to blow up overnight. You're going to pretty much look the same. There's not an immediate pain, and that's why most people don't end up losing weight when they want to lose weight. Same thing with creativity. Most people, I talk to so many people that want to write books and they have these great book ideas. But guess what? Most people will not ever write a book. Most people, I feel like probably 85-90% of the people I come in contact with want to write a book. And most of those people will never write a book. And it's just because it is hard. And for them, it is not urgent. And I'll tell you a little bit of a story about why it became urgent for me. I've worked with people over time as a ghostwriter, helping them to write their own books. Now, at one point in time, I was working with someone. He unfortunately was sick with cancer. And he wanted to write this book, and he wanted to get a book out. So we started working together. We went back and forth. And then at the end of the day, he sadly ended up passing away before that book was ever published. This was probably 5 years ago, maybe a little less for me. And for me at that point in time, it really was just me, having something click in my head that said, you know what, I have got to put out what I want to put out, because there's a timestamp on it. You don't have forever and ever and ever to be creative. You don't, you might be able to skip it today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. But after a while, those ideas and those thoughts and, all those wonderful things that you want to do, there's going to be a timestamp on it. You can't do it forever. We all are mortal. At some point, we're all going to die. I mean, it's hard to hear, it's hard to say, but it's true. And all of those wonderful, beautiful, creative things that you have locked up inside of you are going to go with you. So you have to be really urgent about it. You have to say, if I don't get this creative thing out into the world, no one else is. Like, these gifts, these ideas, these thoughts were given to me. So if I don't make them happen, and if I don't, produce them and put them out there and get them seen and get them shown to the rest of the world, who's gonna do it? When I'm gone, they just go with me, and that's sort of like a sad thing. So that's what sort of lit the fire under me to be creative and to be intentional about creativity and to make it an urgent thing for me, so that if I say, I'm gonna go home tonight and I'm gonna write 1,000 words no matter what, and I'm gonna stick to that, just like I would stick to, taking a shower, or, the fact that I have to go to work tomorrow in the morning. It's urgent. It's a responsibility for me. And if it's not, then I'm not going to do it. And in order for you to get your creative pursuits done, you have to look at it as that urgent. You have to look at it as just like your 9 to 5. And if I don't do this, people go to work at jobs that they hate every day for decades and decades and years because of the fact that if they don't do it, then they will very quickly see the results of not going to work. You will very quickly see in your paycheck, after a week or however long of not showing up to a job, that now you can't afford those things that you want. Now you can't pay bills. Now you don't have food on the table. You have to treat your creativity as urgent as that. If I don't do this, I will feel a pain, and that pain is me not being able to get those gifts and that creativity that's been given to me out into the world. So what I'm going to challenge you to do today is to be urgently creative, to think about your 2016 and think about it with urgency as it pertains to your creativity. That you are the only one that has those gifts and those thoughts and those talents and those ideas that you have. And if you don't treat them like they're precious and you don't treat them like they're urgent, when you leave this earth, they're going to leave with you. So it's urgent that in 2016 that you get those ideas out there. A lot of people that came into 2015 with us that had a lot of ideas that aren't going to be here to manifest them in 2016. So my challenge to you is to take those ideas and those thoughts and that creativity and start developing a plan to be urgent about it. You don't necessarily have to, get that book completely done in 2016. You don't necessarily have to do all those paintings or whatever it is in 2016. But start coming up with a plan to say, you know what? I am a creative person. I want to put this creativity out in the world. And how can I do that? What steps can I take to start being intentional, to start being creative, to start treating my creativity like it is as urgent as any other responsibility that I have? So I just want to thank you for sticking with me. This is my second Periscope because I messed up the first one. So just thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.